Hey, everybody. I am here to share our 5 ways a podcast can help grow your business. My name is Brooke Markovicis. I'm the founder and CEO of Allobee. We are your one-stop business solution to help support the overwhelmed entrepreneur and small business owner get sustainable support, growth, and visibility for their business. So welcome to this video. I'm really excited to share with you my journey from 2 years of being a podcaster and all of the businesses that we've helped along the way. We've learned quite a few things about podcasting. And I want to tell you 5 ways that you can grow your business with podcasting and really why you should think about getting into podcasting as soon as possible. And this really goes for podcasting both on YouTube if you're doing more of a vlog focus, or if you're doing an actual podcast that's going to go on Apple or Spotify and different podcast platforms. So here's the 5 ways. Number 1, and I think this is just the most important and valuable, is that you actually can build trust with your audience through podcasting. So when I launched my podcast 2 years ago, I didn't even have this company yet, but I started building trust with the people that were listening to my podcast. So they got on my email list. And then eventually when we launched, I had spent over a year building trust with them. So they knew who I was and they wanted to see what I had built. And I talked about the platform that was coming, the company that I was building throughout. So it becomes your ability to share your stories and be vulnerable and get to know your audience by answering questions for them on different podcast episodes and really building that trust. Plus, people see that you are interviewing different people and that builds trust and clout for yourself as well. So that's number 1, trust with your audience. Number 2 is that it's a great list builder. So as I mentioned, when I launched our podcast 2 years ago, I was able to build our email list. The thing that I asked for people, I didn't actually ask for them to go and subscribe. They could have subscribed and many of them did, but I actually asked them to get on our list because that way they got an email every time a podcast went out and they were on my list. So I was able to build more trust with them and have them on my list, which your email list is gold. So that was huge for us and many of the businesses that we work with. Number 3 is to monetize from day 1. So podcasts are the thing that people want to be a part of. And what I did at first, before we had sponsors for our podcast, our first season, we didn't actually do sponsors. But what I did was we shared ads for coupon credits that we would get for the services that we loved using or the platforms or the products that we loved using. So I would intersperse those and we really did make money. Or I would share an Amazon link in the show notes or an affiliate link in the show notes. And we were able to make money and monetize from day 1 with our podcast. And this is something that you can easily do. Number 4, it can support your launches. So by having a podcast, you're able to get people on your podcast that have bigger lists than you, that they can share out that episode with. You are able to share out the podcast itself to pitch your launch, whatever you're launching. You're able to use the podcast to actually support your launches and help them be more effective. It's been something that's been really good for us as we've launched different things throughout the last 2 years. And the last one is it is a great connection builder and network builder. So I was able to ask people like Eve Rodsky and Kate Northrup and Sarah Moskoff and all of these big people that are very busy and have been on tons of podcasts and tons of press to be on my podcast because my audience could benefit from what they put out into the world. And so they wanted to be on my podcast. So not only did I get to interview and spend time one-on-one with those people to build my own network so I could use them in the future for potential stuff, but I also was able to build my credibility as a podcaster because of the people that I had on my podcast, as well as build my credibility as a business owner because I had these connections with women that I had had on my podcast. So those are the top 5. Trust your audience, great list builder, or trust with your audience, great list builder, monetize from day 1, can support your launches, and a connection builder and network. And I just want to share with you how you can actually get a podcast going without so much stress. So at Allobee, we help support you with podcast editing. We have 3 different levels that are very affordable for podcast editing. We also have the ability for doing a full launch. So we would take care of everything, the graphics, the intro, outros, everything for you. So if you're looking to start a podcast today, consider hiring us at Allobee. Or if podcasting has become something that is stressful for you, let us take off that overwhelm, let you stay in your zone of genius and keep your podcast rolling, because it's super beneficial to grow your business. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in, and good luck podcasting.